Fortnite, the most popular video game of the last decade. And along with it, we have seen the biggest creators and pro esports players in gaming history.
He's hacking, he's hacking.
He can't build, man. Don't.
Ah! Your world champion! Boom! Dog!
He's gonna completely block that out. He's deciding to take storm damage.
Yes! Mr. Savage! Oh my God!
But not every pro player and content creator is loved as much as the next one. In fact, some other creators are toxic.
Get the out! You guys suck! You're real quiet now! Where you at?
Controversial.
We just got banned, so honestly, I
for sure
100% would do it again.
Or just plain crazy.
Janice! Get the f up! Now, Janice!
Today, I will be telling the stories of the 3 most loved and 3 most toxic players in Fortnite history. Starting with one of the most loved creators of all time, Mongraal.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Hey, GG's, bro!
Oh, what? Controller player!
That is a controller player!
Kyle Mongraal Jackson was born on August 13th of 2004 in Kent, England. He was introduced to PC gaming at a very early age. He would start by competing in games like Call of Duty and Halo, but eventually moved on to a battle royale style of game called H1Z1. He started his Twitch account on September 1st of 2016, most likely just as a spectator of someone who loved video games. But just a year later, on August 19th of 2017, he would decide to go live and stream for the very first time. But as you guys know, Fortnite Battle Royale hadn't even come out at that point yet, and Mongraal's first ever stream was actually of Counter-Strike. He also streamed games like Battlefield, Black Ops 2, and H1Z1. When Fortnite Battle Royale came to the market on September 26th of 2017, it was met with thunderous applause. Everyone was playing this game, but not Mongraal, surprisingly enough. At least not on stream. He didn't stream Fortnite until January 14th of 2018, a few months later. And from that point on, he streamed Fortnite almost every single day in 2018. He would also start his YouTube channel and upload his first video on April 10th of 2018, and it was titled How to Push High Ground.
Oh shit!
Mongraal quickly became known for these types of videos where he would teach and show off his incredible building skills. Back in the early days of Fortnite, people didn't really build. Well, at least not like they do today. They would use the occasional wall during a fight, or maybe build a huge old fort if they got bored, but Mongraal was actually using builds in a similar way that you might see today. And because of this, he quickly became one of the best players in the world, and along with that, organizations started to notice how good he was. Because of his early and quick success, on April 25th of 2018, Team Secret announced their all-new Fortnite roster, which included Mongraal. This news was shocking to literally everyone because Mongraal was really young. He was only 13 years old at the time that he was signed to Secret Gaming. This was big enough news that even the BBC covered it with a whole 2-minute story.
For many of us, Fortnite is the length of time you spend on your holidays every summer. But for millions of young people, it's the hottest video game on the planet right now. And for this 13-year-old, it's potentially a lucrative future career. Kyle Jackson is so good at Fortnite that he's been signed to play with a team of professional gamers.
There was only one problem, however. Mongraal was so young that he couldn't even compete in official Fortnite tournaments. For those of you that weren't around in the early days of Fortnite competitive, Epic didn't allow players under the age of 16 to play in competitive tournaments and earn any money. And even with Mongraal being part of a gaming organization, they couldn't do anything about it, and he wasn't allowed to break the rules and compete. However, he was still able to compete in a different huge Fortnite event that was hosted by a third party called Friday Fortnite. For those of you that don't remember Friday Fortnite or didn't get to watch it, I'm sorry, because these things were awesome. They were organized by none other than UMG Gaming alongside Keemstar. Every week, creators, celebrities, and everyone in between would duke it out on the kill race style game mode for a nice cash prize. People like Ninja, Tfue, SypherPK, and so many more players were were invited to play. Because this wasn't an official Fortnite tournament, anybody of any age was able to participate. They had to be just big enough to draw a crowd, and this meant that somebody like Mongraal, who had started to grow an audience, was the perfect fit. He joined the tournament in week 5 and was a consistent player the rest of the 2018 season. In fact, him and his duo Dementos even got the first place prize during week 6, and despite being so young, he was clearly able to keep up with the biggest names in the game at the time. Soon enough, however, Mongraal would actually be able to compete in real official Fortnite tournaments, because Epic Games would decide to lower the age requirement from 16 to 13 years old before the World Cup, and at 14 years old, this means that Mongraal was able to qualify. Once Mongraal was able to play, he very quickly started making earnings. He took home $3,000 in the Lux Cup and $1,500 during the World Cup warm-up. And honestly, nobody was surprised. Mongraal and his duo partner Mitro qualified for the Fortnite World Cup as well by placing second in the week 2 of qualifiers. And then on top of that, Mongraal snagged a solo World Cup spot, placing 6th in week 6. Right before the World Cup, Mongraal decided to actually switch orgs. Although everybody knew him as Secret Mongraal at the time, he announced on July 7th that he would no longer be a part of Team Secret. And the very next day, an announcement that would change his career forever would be announced. And that was Mongraal joining FaZe Clan.
What's up, boys? Obviously, I'm happy to announce I've joined FaZe Clan, which is a dream come true. I can't believe I'm now sitting in FaZe. Like a year ago, I just joined Secret, and I've left them on good terms, like no bad blood or anything. But it's just crazy that I've went from, you know, like the BBC interview, and now I'm at FaZe. Like, it's crazy to think about, but I just want to say thank you to everyone for all the support I've got over the past year.
With the newfound support of his organization FaZe and having his new teammates for camaraderie, Mongraal was more ready than ever to head straight into the Fortnite World Cup. So he took the flight from England all the way to New York City and was pretty successful as well when he got there. He ended up placing 6th in the duo finals and a very honorable 13th in the solo finals. With these two insane placements at such a young age, this 14-year-old took home $375,000. I mean, this money is huge for anybody, but for a teenager, this is him making more money than others will make in an entire 10 years. Following the Fortnite World Cup, Mongraal continued to dominate the European region. He even won the FNCS Chapter 2 Season 4 Grand Finals with his trio Mitro and Tayson. However, after this Grand Finals, which was in November 1st of 2020, Mongraal started to become less of a staple in the Fortnite community. In between the years 2021 and 2023, Mongraal seemed to go missing from the internet. But let's be clear, he wasn't entirely missing. He would participate in occasional tournaments here and there, and also stream or upload from time to time, but certainly not at the rate that he was before. And it was clear that he was either getting tired of the game or experiencing some sort of burnout. And some people even thought that he would leave Fortnite forever. And getting back to the point of this video, which is talking about some of the most loved players of all time, you have to realize that Mongraal was a staple of Fortnite from almost the beginning. People loved him and his streams and his uploads, so it was very challenging for people to see him not upload. However, everyone did understand that he was just a kid going through this kind of fame wave that anybody else would struggle to deal with, especially just a kid. Even though he was effectively missing in action, people did not forget about Mongraal. The Fortnite community loved him so much, and they were consistently asking him to come back to the game that he once loved. That being said, in a stream, Mongraal did say that this wouldn't be the last of him playing competitive Fortnite, so I can only hope that he comes back, whether it's with Mr. Savage or someone else, and makes that huge comeback and makes his way back to the FNCS. And just to be clear, Mongraal is doing pretty well for himself outside of the world of competitive Fortnite. He recently bought his own home at just 18 years old for over £1 million, which for my American viewers is over 1.3 million US dollars.
What's up, guys? So I'm back with another video. I'm going to be doing a house tour today. I moved in here recently about 3 or 4 months ago when I was 18, so it's been nice being in my own space.
That's right, an 18-year-old buying a $1 million home with 3 bedrooms and a nice kitchen to support a gamer diet.
Grill that I only cook eggs and steak on. I don't really cook anything else. Chicken sometimes, that's about it.
A massive wardrobe.
First cupboard is just clothes that I wear like when I don't care about where I'm going. And I have like the same H&M t-shirt, black t-shirt, like 15 times. I just bought it 15 times and I just wear that anywhere, like gas station, gym, shops, anywhere I don't care, I'll wear that.
And of course, a whole room dedicated to his setup.
Here it is, adjustable desk that I got recently, not recently, months ago actually, but the first month I was using this, I was literally like using it every single day. It was actually really good, but I'm gonna be honest, for the past like 3 months, I've barely used it. And I know I should use it more, but it is what it is.
What's been amazing for all of us who love Mongraal is that he's back to a regular upload schedule on YouTube and even streaming pretty often after FNCS. So it seems like Mongraal is back for good, at least for now. And before our first hated pro player, I want to clarify I do not actually hate any of these people at all, nor do I think you guys hate them. In terms of this video, hated is referring to people in the community who have been villains in the past or tend to be super toxic or very, very confident. And if we're talking about toxic and confident, nobody stands out more than Kanata.
Actually, Mega, you actually got your eaten up. Oh, nice try. Oh, sharp. Next, better luck next time, buddy. Oh.
Leon Kanata Kim, one of the most consistent Fortnite players of all time, was born on October 15th of 2004. He created his Twitch account shortly after he turned 13 years old on November 10th of 2017, but he didn't actually start streaming until February 6th of 2018. And of course, Kanata was streaming Fortnite. And like most people who start streaming, he was streaming to absolutely nobody. Of course, he had himself, though, to watch his own streams. Anyways, in addition to Twitch, Kanata decided he wanted to work on his YouTube channel as well, and he would upload his first video on May 22nd of 2018. And this stuff wasn't getting a ton of views on YouTube either, but he kept chugging along, and eventually on June 13th of 2018, one of his streams randomly averaged 100 viewers and even peaked at 262 viewers. And although this doesn't sound like a lot compared to some of the bigger streamers and YouTubers I talk about on here, this is massive for somebody just starting out. And it seems like the players were attracted because Kanata was incredibly good at the video game and would even stream his tournaments, so people could learn and just enjoy watching such incredible gameplay. Although we don't have the VOD of this stream, I imagine he may have also been rated by a bigger streamer that decided to give him a boost. But whatever actually happened bumped him up to 1,000 followers. And for the rest of 2018, Kanata was able to hold an average of over 10 viewers on his stream. Again, not a huge, massive accomplishment for some of these bigger creators, but for somebody small just starting out, that was amazing. And outside of content creation, Kanata was very talented. And this will lead into why he's so confident and toxic later on, but for now, you guys need to know just how good he is at the game. Kanata got his first earnings of $700 in the Lux Cup. Unfortunately, however, he was not able to qualify for the World Cup, although he did make a few $100s in the qualifiers. Kanata was a very under-the-radar player at this point. For the first half of FNCS Season X, Kanata would be jumping teams constantly, trying to find somebody that worked. Kanata would team up with Fiber, who he had played with previously, and they would be joined by one of Fortnite's biggest legends of all time, and his name was Tfue. This shocked many people. Tfue seemed to grab Kanata out of absolutely nowhere and throw him right into the limelight.
Tfue's new team, Fiber, and who was the other guy? That guy I'm not too familiar with, but apparently he's slaying out. Canada.
And when we're talking about toxic and confident players, it makes a lot of sense that Kanata got his start with Tfue because, as many of you know, Tfue is one of the craziest, most outgoing and confident players we have ever seen. Before playing with Tfue, however, nobody really knew who Kanata was. However, Tfue saw something in him. In that first week that they trioed together, the team placed first in NA East and then also placed third in Heats, which brought them straight to the Season X Grand Finals, where they ultimately placed in a not-so-great 22nd. Although this wasn't the best placement ever, simply teaming up with Tfue launched Kanata into popularity. The two continued teaming until the end of 2019, and even placed 7th in a Grand Finals of Chapter 2 Season 1. By the end of 2019, however, when they stopped playing together, Kanata had gone from around 1,000 Twitch followers to 150,000 Twitch followers. And since 2019, Kanata has been consistently dominating the North American American region. Some of his biggest accolades include placing 4th in the 2020 FNCS Invitational, 5th in the Chapter 3 Season 2 FNCS with Agers, 5th again with Agers, 1st in FNCS 2023 Major 3 with Agers, and 3rd in the 2024 Major 2. Whew, that was a lot of majors and winning, but that should just show you how good this kid is. And before we can continue talking about his skill, it's time we talk about a little bit of toxicity.
But 1 kill, 6 games? I must be gay! I must be dumb or something! I must be on something!
What? There's 2 of them. No, kill them both. I'm a goat. Booga! Booga, what are you gonna do? Oh, Booga! You'll get him next time. You'll get him next time.
I hate this kid.
Next time, just don't go to the event. It's just embarrassing, to be honest. Not even qualifying.
There's a reason you don't have to do it right now. Everyone doesn't want to play with you because shitter.
It's possible that some of this behavior is just for the camera, and I'll be 100% honest with you guys, not only do I not hate Kanata, I love his toxic personality. It's very possible that the extreme behavior that Kanata shows sometimes is just for the camera. He even dances on TikTok sometimes, which shows that he's just a fun, goofy guy. That being said, Kanata hasn't really had any trouble finding himself a teammate after he played with Tfue. I mean, at the end of the day, Kanata is probably the most consistent player in the history of Fortnite, and who wouldn't want to team up with somebody who makes every single grand finals? This is SypherPK, the biggest Fortnite YouTuber in the entire world. But things did not start out that way. You see, Sypher was just a small creator with a very big dream. However, those dreams almost slipped away on multiple occasions. But through perseverance and a passion for gaming and content, Sypher would not only save his own dreams, but eventually save the entirety of Fortnite as we know it. This all started in the summer of 2011, before Fortnite was even close to becoming a reality. At just 15 years old, Ali Hassan, more commonly known now as SypherPK, went live for the very first time. He was playing his then favorite game, RuneScape. This first YouTube stream was long before full-time content creation was a possibility for Sypher or really anybody. And back at this time, he was just a high schooler making fun video game content with his brothers. Aside from Sypher being new to the streaming and YouTube game, YouTube was also a much smaller platform than it is now, making it much harder to grow on. Here is Sypher himself reacting to his first stream ever.
92 viewers. 2012, bro. I had 92 viewers doing a YouTube live stream.
Although 92 peak viewers seems low by today's standards, that was actually a pretty good amount of viewers to have in 2011 and 2012. From that point on, Sypher had caught the bug. He loved video games, and even more than that, he loved to entertain and interact with his viewers. This is a feeling that he would continue to chase throughout his teen years and beyond. Sypher continued to make YouTube videos and stream for the next few years, but he really couldn't spend as much time gaming as he wanted. After all, he was still in high school. He had classes to go to and even had a very successful varsity basketball career. He even earned his school district their first ever championship.
Senior year, I played on the varsity team. All the hard work from freshman year till now paid off big time.
I could remember when the buzzer went off. That was the first district championship that Cedar Ridge was able to accomplish.
But finally, he graduated high school, and Sypher was ready to take on content creation full-time. Well, unfortunately, this wouldn't be the case, because as much as Sypher wanted to pursue his goals, his parents weren't quite on board. You see, Sypher had his priorities straight. He loved basketball, and he even liked school and learning, but gaming and content creation was his true love. So, armed with an unrelenting passion for what he knew he was meant to do with his life, Sypher went to talk to his parents, and he broke the news to them that college might not be in his plans. And let's just say they weren't thrilled.
They honestly felt that if I pursued being a streamer, I'd jeopardize my future and be disrespecting everything that they've done for me.
So after a long conversation, Ali and his parents decided it was best for him to go off to college. Sypher had an incredible love and respect for his parents, but deep down he resented the fact that nobody else, including his own family, could see his vision. He knew that he was made to enter entertain. But the only thing Sypher loved more than creating content and entertaining was his family. So he did what he had to do at that time and went to college. And for any normal kid, this would have meant giving up and moving on from a childhood love of games. But for Sypher, this was just the beginning. After a year of college, Sypher had been trying to balance doing school and also what he loved in creating content. He had even started skipping his classes to stream. But in order to not fail out of his college classes, he couldn't stream and upload videos at the rate that would allow him to grow as a creator. So Sypher decided he couldn't give up on his dream, and he went to his parents one last time. After his first year of college, he pleaded with them to let him take a year off and try his hand at creating content full time. Keep in mind, this is in 2015, and although there are some large creators appearing, the idea of being a full-time content creator probably sounded crazy to anybody he told this to, especially his parents. So Sypher returned home and spoke to his family. One last chance to change their minds. And he almost did it. See, Sypher and his parents came up with a compromise. If Sypher could reach 500 subscribers on YouTube by the end of that summer, he would be allowed to focus on streaming and not have to go back to college classes in the fall. So Sypher took his parents' word and started grinding. In the summer of 2015, he uploaded week after week, video after video, until finally he did it. Sypher reached 500 subscribers. And again, this is in 2015, where growing on YouTube is incredibly challenging. So it was finally time for Sypher's career to take off, right? Well, not exactly. There's gonna be a few more bumps along the road. And the first one was his parents again. You see, although his parents had made this compromise, they only made it thinking that it probably wouldn't happen. And as all parents do, they were worried for their son. And they didn't want Ali to not be able to provide for himself through streaming and creating content. And much to Sypher's displeasure, he was told that he had to go back to school again. And any normal kid would have done that. Packed their bags, gave up on their dreams, but not SypherPK.
I knew they wanted the best for me, but the best for me at the time was something that they couldn't comprehend. After a year, I packed a bunch of clothes in a trash bag, put my computer in a big box, and drove off.
Instead of listening to his parents and getting a degree, Sypher packed up all his belongings in a black trash bag and moved out of his house and into a hotel.
I packed up my stuff, ran away from home, and booked a hotel to pursue streaming full time.
For pretty much any person, this would be the lowest moment in their life. Essentially homeless with nobody to fall back on. Sypher was alone.
There was always this doubt that I was doing the wrong thing. It was like the most emotional state I've been in. I can't do this. I'm like not even 5 minutes out from my house and I'm already like having an issue being on my own. Cleared off everything here, had my computer set up, and I started streaming.
And streaming is exactly what he did. Instead of focusing on all of his problems and his loneliness, Sypher picked himself up and got right back to the grind. He continued posting videos, streaming, and doing anything else he could do to make his dreams a reality. And finally, things started to move in the right direction. It was around that time that Sypher was not only getting bigger in the streaming world, but he started to get a more serious relationship with a girl for the first time. See, when Sypher had moved out, he was really lonely and he didn't have anybody. His family pleaded with him to come home, but Sypher knew that he needed to leave and chase his dreams, which was really, really hard.
After I'd left my parents' house, I was at an all-time low. I was sad, lonely, lost.
Well, in comes Daniela, another Twitch streamer who was also having similar problems with her parents and wanting streaming to become her career.
Daniela had just left home as well, and when she saw my stream, she related to it and reached out and sent me a DM. I wanted to share that we're in a similar situation right now, so I know the struggle. Just wanted to say you're not alone, hope everything is well, and hope to see you streaming again soon. And if you need someone to talk to, I'll be here.
And he did talk to her almost every single day for 2 years. So much so that they decided to move in together. At this point, Sypher had been streaming for almost 6 years, and he was very successful in that he was able to provide for himself through the content that he was making. But he wanted more. He wanted to share his love and passion for gaming with as many people as he could, and very soon he would get that opportunity. In September of 2017, Epic Games released a new title called Fortnite Battle Royale, and it was launched with great success. Content creators like Ninja Ninja were skyrocketed to fame just for being good at the game. Sypher, being the smart guy that he was, saw a massive opportunity to grow his community by switching over to this new game. But things didn't quite go to plan. You see, when Sypher switched games and started playing mostly Fortnite on stream, he saw a giant decline in his viewership. Like 80% of his viewers vanished. At this point, many streamers would just give up and return to the more popular game, but Sypher had a vision, and like we've seen time and time again in this story, his perseverance would prevail. So instead of giving up on Fortnite, Sypher made changes to his schedule, and he streamed at times when other big creators weren't going online. One by one, he built up his new audience, and Sypher loved streaming, and he had come to really love the game of Fortnite as well. Not only did Sypher see it as an opportunity to grow, but he also felt excited to get to play in his new and up-and-coming game. When Sypher started playing, he actually decided to play the game competitively and even earned over $80,000 from competitive Fortnite tournaments. But he didn't really get his big break in Fortnite content until Fortnite added the launch pad. Okay, that clip was way too dramatic for Fortnite just introducing a new item, but I thought it was funny, so I had to include it. Anyways, back to the story. So you see, this new Fortnite item launched players high into the sky, and it was not made for damaging other players, but rather as a form of mobility. That was until Sypher got a hold of it.
I think if we go up there, he'll follow us.
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna use it. Please. Yes!
Oh my God! It worked! Oh my
That clip went absolutely viral. The trap tower became the most viewed clip in Fortnite history. And this launched Sypher's career as a mainstream Fortnite content creator. Instead of focusing on being a comp player, Sypher knew that his future was just in creating content. And his next big break was being invited to the Friday Fortnite event. And not only did he play, he won. After this, he was invited to Dr. Lupo's charity stream where he clutched 2 games in a row. He had some insane plays, getting the attention of other massive creators like Ninja and Tim the Tatman. After playing with these big creators, Sypher's popularity grew massively. In the year after Fortnite came out, Sypher went from only having 20,000 followers on Twitch to almost 1 million. And he didn't just stop there. He kept releasing video after video and stream after stream. His most popular video ever was a duos match where he randomly was put onto a team with a little guy who loved singing.
Remember me, though I have to travel far, remember me. Each time you would hear a sad guitar, for if I'm ever far away, I hold you in my heart. I sing a secret song to you each night we are apart, remember me.
This video went absolutely viral with over 21 million views. Because not only does this showcase Sypher's gameplay, but it also shows that he's a really nice guy. He could have written off this kid as a squeaker, and in the world of gaming, being toxic is basically par. But Sypher went out of his way to be nice to somebody who really needed the help, and people loved that about him. He ended up doing a follow-up video with the same kid just a few years later. And here's that clip.
Yes, Chad, this is the ukulele kid all grown up.
Yes, not all grown up. I'm getting there still.
How old are you now?
I'm getting there still. I am 14 and a half. I'll be 15 in May.
Oh, so you were like 9 when we played. Oh, you were 12. Okay.
These videos are some of the ones that made Sypher go absolutely viral. And next, let's talk about one of his massive streams. Sypher's most viewed stream, however, was actually revolving around the ending of Fortnite Season X. For those of you who weren't playing Fortnite at that time or forgot, the end event, also known as the Black Hole, happened on October 13th of 2019. This event was so huge, it's not only known as one of the biggest events in Fortnite history, but in gaming altogether. There were so many people watching this unfold on Twitch that the platform literally crashed.
Oh my God, it's a black hole! Holy! It's a black hole! Oh, the battle bus! Everything, bro. Oh God, bro! Yo, there's no way this is real, right? There's no way. This is actually happening right now. This is real life.
With With the black hole coming out, there had been rumors of an extended downtime following the event, and it ended up being a couple of days. Many streamers decided to click off the game or play something else on stream or just go hang out and enjoy their life. But Sypher stayed streaming pretty much the entire downtime for 2 days, just staring at a black hole. I mean, it was crazy. This is a very important part of the story to remember, because this will all tie into how Fortnite was saved by Sypher, and I'll get to that soon. But after this stream and many videos that blew up, Sypher jumped from 2 million subscribers in September of 2019 to over 4 million subscribers in June of 2020. That's 2 million subscribers in just 9 months. Sypher was growing like crazy. His success was a perfect storm caused by other creators leaving the game, an increased interest in Fortnite after the black hole event, not to mention we had just entered the global COVID-19 pandemic. This was forcing millions and millions of people to remain stuck at home, and it gave people an excuse to do what they really wanted to do, like game with the boys for 10 hours straight and only order DoorDash and not think about school or work or social lives. You know, Fortnite. So Sypher was at the top of his game, getting tens of millions of views per month, but at the same time, this couldn't be said for the rest of the Fortnite community. It was around this time that many of Fortnite's creators began to fall off. People had been playing Fortnite non-stop for over 2 years. Viewership for Fortnite content had started to decline, as did the game's player base. Many of the largest creators were seeing this drop in viewership, and they jumped ship to other video games like Warzone, Apex, and Valorant. Ninja was threatening to quit like every other week.
I've had enough, man. No, I'm not even kidding, dude. I've had enough. I can't even. I'm not even. I'm leaving.
No way.
I'm done. I'm done. In fact, I'm honestly, dude. I'm not even gonna. I gotta take a break from streaming, dude. I'm gonna fucking.
Tfue decided to stop content creation altogether.
That's why I'm gonna just go do some fun shit, you know? Just gotta go live my life.
And apparently he did do that fun shit, because he's got a boat now.
Oh shit. This is crazy. Oh my god. This is like my first new boat.
I guess that's pretty cool. Good for him. But even though the big names started making other content left and right, there was still a really large amount of players and viewers that were hungry for fun, innovative, and exciting Fortnite content. Pretty much every large creator and pro was making the exact same style of video. Basically, cash cut placements were 99% of Fortnite content, and people were getting bored of the exact same videos over and over and over again. However, Sypher didn't fall into that trap. His entire life, as we've seen from this video, Sypher had always been different, one step ahead of the people around him. He had a vision of success, and in this case, he knew that if he could make more exciting content, especially in Fortnite, he would definitely blow up his channel to new heights. So, over the last few years, he has started making much more interesting and unique content, like Fortnite GeoGuessr, Fortnite Guess Who, and even making fun IRL content like this video with Nick A30 and many others. You see, Sypher had seen how hard it was to change niches in the gaming world. Jumping from RuneScape and multiple other games before finding Fortnite initially caused a huge loss in views for Sypher, and he didn't want to do that all over again. But because of that, Sypher was determined to save the game of Fortnite that he loved so much. This innovation and his decision to not do what everyone else was doing inspired a new wave of Fortnite creators to make fun and exciting and unique content. Creators like Clix, Lacey, and many others started to make more IRL content and much more unique Fortnite content as well. SypherPK, along with his team, have created a renaissance in Fortnite content. Sypher even created a company called Oni Studios, which is a production company dedicated to helping Fortnite streamers and YouTube creators grow their content. And it's not just big creators. Even smaller channels have had a chance to work with and learn from Sypher and his team. And who runs this company with Sypher, you might ask? Well, none other than the girl of his dreams. The one that had been with him from the very start, his wife, Daniela. Is anybody else really jealous of them? Well, anyway, because of Sypher's efforts to save Fortnite and his success in doing so, he is one of very few creators who got to have their own skin and event added into Fortnite.
And now, I'm the next icon. Never imagined, like, this is outside of the scope of my wildest dreams. Never did I think that I was gonna be in the game that is played by millions and millions of people, the game that made me and gave me the platform that I have today. I am in it, like. It's my greatest achievement.
They even added his trap tower. You could tell Epic Games knew how much of an impact Sypher had on the Fortnite community. As you can see, Sypher really cares about Fortnite and its community and does whatever he can do to make sure that we all keep a love for the game. And to think, if Sypher hadn't taken that initial risk all those years ago, if he had not decided to go against what everyone, including his family, was saying and try out full-time content creation, he would have never been able to become one of the greatest of all time. And perhaps more importantly, he never would have saved Fortnite. This is Peterbot, and at just 16 years old, he is the best Fortnite player in the entire world. This young prodigy is talented, cocky,
I'm the best, oh my god!
And just plain toxic.
Oh my god! Sit your ass down.
However, he wasn't always like this. Today, I'm going to talk about Peterbot's journey to the top of competitive Fortnite, and more importantly, what might just be his downfall. But before we get to the toxicity, the cheating accusations, and the controversy, we have to go all the way back to the beginning of Peterbot. Peter's story starts on the console, PlayStation 4. Like many of us, Peter played Fortnite for fun, mostly playing with his friends after school as a way to socialize. But Peter quickly realized that he was better than all of his friends and classmates. Much better. And as a very competitive kid, the console scene wasn't very fun for Peter. Although he thought it was cool that he was one of the best console players, he felt limited by the skill cap. Nobody on console was that good, and Peter had always wanted to be the best, even from very early on in the game. He wanted not only the opportunity to make more money in PC competition, but also prove to the world at just 12 years old that he was the best that Fortnite had to offer.
So I switched because I couldn't get a good sense, and keyboard was just so much more fun than playing controller. So I played keyboard. I just played Zone Wars and all day, and I got really good.
But things didn't start off so smoothly. Here's the thing. Transitioning from controller to keyboard and mouse can be very challenging. It's like learning a whole new language for your hands. Luckily, Peter had played some keyboard and mouse while on console, but he was mostly a controller player. That being said, Peter believed that being on keyboard and mouse gave him the best chance to reach his full potential. So, fueled by a passion for wanting to be the best and to prove the haters wrong, Peter adapted quickly. And that's when things got interesting. After months of hard work and dedication, Peterbot's decision to move to PC finally paid off. In September of 2022, at just 13 years old, Peter made his very first earnings in a Contender Cup. And just a couple months later, Peter would earn another $1,200 doing the Frosty Frenzy competition. This was all great, but Peter wasn't happy with just that. So in June of 2021, at just 14 years old, Peterbot decided to enter the Fortnite All-Stars solo tournament. And his performance, you might ask? Well, it was nothing short of amazing. He outplayed seasoned veterans, showcasing near-perfect aim and lightning-fast build techniques, and some people even thought the kid was cheating, but we're gonna get to that later. You see, this wasn't just a good showing for Peter, this was a breakout moment. The young prodigy finally showed the world that he was on his way to becoming one of the greatest Fortnite players in the world. Finishing 8th place, Peter earned $18,000, which is such a crazy amount of money for just a 14-year-old to win. And the wins just kept rolling in, and so did the prize money. Peterbot, still barely a teenager, was making tens of thousands of dollars. And perhaps more importantly, however, this All-Stars performance put Peter on the map, and suddenly the world's best pro players wanted to team up with him in tournaments. As good as Peter was in solos, he even more so thrived off of team game modes. He wasn't the lone wolf type. He understood the power of working as a group to compete and get better. And at this point in his career, he started teaming up with talented players who complemented his skill set.
Right after All-Stars, I played with the same people for I played my same partners last season, but we didn't do good, and then P-God hit me up, and that's when I started placing.
That's right, Peter was now playing with P-God. For those of you that don't know, P-God was not only one of Fortnite's best competitive players at the time, he was also very popular, having hundreds of thousands if not millions of followers and views on social media. Playing with P-God undeniably helped elevate his fame. Before they played together, Peterbot only had 4,000 followers on his Twitter account, and by the time they split ways, his following was just under 40,000.
Peterbot impacted my career so much. Like, he helped me. Like, he helped my career so much. Like, I had 4,000 followers when I started playing with him. I have like almost 40K on Twitter now, and like I appreciate it a lot.
Along with their new cracked controller player trio TK, they were ready to prove everyone wrong. You see, Peterbot was no stranger to being the underdog. Peter was a nobody in the Fortnite community just 6 months ago, and now he was playing with some of the world's best players on the biggest stages. Leading up to FNCS just weeks before the qualifier, this dynamic trio won their first cash cup together and added another $600 to Peter's earning list.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! We won!
Following this Cash Cup win, the trio put on an absolute show in the FNCS qualifiers, finishing first place and surprising much of the Fortnite community along the way. Despite their amazing performance in the qualifiers, however, Peterbot and his trio just missed out on the top 10 in grand finals, finishing 11th out of 33 teams and earning $2,300. And although they had seen some early success, the trio was short-lived. To the surprise of many of his peers and fans, Peter decided he didn't want to continue playing with Peterbot and TK following that FNCS. This, however, caused Peter to get some backlash from the community, and people went as far as to call him ungrateful because he had left Peterbot, who had taken a chance on him as a young player. That being said, Peterbot himself never said anything bad about Peter, and the two seem to still get along to this day. But Peterbot's decision would later come back to haunt him. When asked about his decision to leave the trio, Peterbot said that, along with other factors, they split because he wanted to get his then drop spot Craggy uncontested.
The only reason I really split was because I wanted to get uncon and grands.
For those of you that don't know, a huge part of performing and placing well in these large tournament lobbies is having an uncontested drop spot. Simply put, if nobody is fighting you off the spawn of the match, you have a much better chance of placing highly in each match and in the tournament as a whole. With all of this in mind, Peter decided to team up with two veteran players, Bucky and Macwood, who had both qualified for the much larger Fortnite World Cup. At the time, both Bucky and Macwood were regarded as two of Fortnite's best players, and they were excited to play with a young and hungry Peterbot. Peter, of course, wanted to play with good players, but also wanted to prove that with an uncontested drop spot, he could place much better than 11th place. But things didn't quite go to plan.
I placed 11th with Peterbot, Con, and Craggy, and I got 11th uncon. So like it's kind of down bad.
Yep, you heard that right. Peter and his new trio placed exactly the same as they had in the previous season in 11th place and earned another $2,300. This led to Peter getting even more backlash for his earlier decision to leave Peterbot. Peter's growing confidence had turned slightly cocky, and he thought he was perhaps maybe a little better than he actually was at that time. But I mean, who could really blame the kid? If I was making tens of thousands of dollars at just 14 years old, I would have an ego as well. However, Peter seemed to have learned his lesson about making quick decisions and leaving teams that he shouldn't, and he decided to give Bucky and Macwood another chance. This decision would probably be one of the best in Peter's career. Shortly after their 11th place finish in FNCS, Epic Games announced Fortnite's Grand Royale. The Grand Royale was set to take place in that following November with a multi-million-dollar prize pool. And well, let's just say it's good that the trio stuck together.
Right there. Right. Nice. Get the full.
You have to get the full.
Nice, bro.
Box up. Cool.
No! Let's go! Let's go!
Peter and his trio finished in an amazing 4th place, which earned the trio just under $30,000. It seemed like all was going well for Peter until Fortnite announced that the trio's game mode was coming to an end. Epic Games decided that starting in just 1 month, in that January of 2022, the competitive game mode would switch to duos, which meant, once again, Peter was on the hunt for a teammate. Luckily for Peter, at this point, there was plenty of people that wanted to play with him. After his incredible performance in the solo all-stars and then the Grand Royale, Peter was a hot commodity. You see, at this point, Peter had not only become one of the better players in the Fortnite world, he also had a certain level of clout. So, with almost any duo in the game available to him, Peter gave multiple people a chance. He started by playing with one of the GOATs, Kanata, and they even won a duo Cash Cup together. He then tried out Nani, his old trio member Macwood, and even ran up the next FNCS with his good friend Quanti. After they finished in 10th place, Peter decided to continue looking for teammates because he hadn't found the right fit. But after 6 months of trial and error, Peter decided to give up on playing with other top players. And instead, he would do what P-God did for him and find a player who was underrated and craft them into the next GOAT. Now, this is where things get really interesting, because Peter starts to play with Byla. With the second FNCS of 2022 just around the corner, Peter decides to give his new duo Byla, a very cracked controller player, a chance. And Byla did not let that go to waste. Peter and Byla's first tournament together was actually the FNCS qualifiers, and they came in first place of qualifier number 1 for FNCS, sending them directly to the grand finals. And it was here that Peter would solidify his name into the conversation for the greatest player of all time.
Splash us, Max, splash us.
No more. Chill. Drop low, drop low.
Let's go! We're so good, bro!
Finally, Peter had done it. From an awkward console kid to an FNCS champion in less than 2 years. Peter had done what he wanted and proved the haters wrong, right? Well, not so fast, because Peterbot's success did not come without questions. Earlier in this video, I told you Peterbot had received some very serious cheating accusations, and now that he was at the top of the game, everyone was gunning to take him down. Peter's laser-like aim, seemingly tracking opponents through walls, fueled accusations of him cheating. After all the success, terms like soft aim and macros became commonplace in conversations surrounding Peter, and soon after, videos like this one started to pop up all over social media.
We are purely talking about the professional player signed to TNG, Peterbot. He has come under fire today for being accused of cheating.
And here's the thing. These accusations weren't coming from random internet trolls. These were pro players, the best of the best, that started raising red flags. Popular pro player Young Calc was one of the first to call out Peterbot publicly.
Listen, every single pro, almost every single pro, thinks that he's cheating. Peterbot. Everyone thinks that Peterbot's cheating. And I don't know if he's cheating or not, but the fact that almost every pro thinks he's cheating, and the fact that he has the best aim I've seen in my entire life, not even an over-exaggeration. He's never Kovacs in his life. He came from console, however, long ago recently, and he's never played PC games before that, and he's the best natural aim I have seen.
And to add on to all of this, there's the streaming thing. See, compared to many other top players, Peterbot wasn't a regular streamer. Interviews from 2021 reveal a lack of motivation to stream despite acknowledging its financial potential.
I don't stream enough, I feel like, so like I don't really have like a goal right now because I don't stream enough to have a goal, but like I want to be big, you know, like I want to be the person to stream to people, but like I just don't have the mindset right now.
This fueled the fire for many because consistent streaming would allow Peter to make so much more money. So why won't Peter stream? Basically, people came to the conclusion that the only good reason that would make Peterbot not want to live stream is that he was cheating and he was afraid to get caught if all of his gameplay was just out there for people to watch, especially live when anything could go wrong. Whenever the cheating topic arose, Peter seemed incredibly uncomfortable. He wouldn't engage in discussions and even acted awkward when his friends would jokingly mention it.
What?
Wait, did I say
Peter!
Wait.
You were making it obvious, on God!
Later that year, however, Peter had an opportunity to silence all the haters. You see, Fortnite had announced its first official LAN event since the Fortnite World Cup. For those of you that don't know, a LAN event is basically where all the players show up in person to one location and play a tournament in person with all the fans there to watch. And in just a few months, Peter would have the opportunity to perform well in person, on stage, on a PC that is checked by professionals for cheats. There was no way Peter could cheat at a LAN event. So all he needed to do was pop off at the event and nobody could say he was cheating anymore. Well, fast forward to November of 2022 and the whole Fortnite world had their eyes on Raleigh, North Carolina. This was the home of the FNCS Invitational LAN. This was it, the moment that Peter was ready to silence the haters. However, right before the LAN, news came out that would shock the Fortnite community. Peter's current duo and co-FNCS champion Byla would not be attending the LAN event. Some people thought that Peter didn't want to play with Byla because he thought he wasn't good enough. Some social media users even started saying that Peter paid Byla to drop out of the event so that Peter could duo with his friend and really good pro player Jamper. Both Peter and Byla denied these accusations, and Byla even came forward saying himself that he chose not to play for, quote, personal reasons. Obviously though, with millions of dollars $1,000 up for grabs, people didn't believe that Byla would just give all this up, and this is where the cheating accusations started to arise again. See, one Twitter user made a statement that said this: maybe Byla doesn't want to go to LAN because he knows Peter cheats and he doesn't want to be a part of it, and he thinks Peter will get exposed at LAN. While this was a very far out there tweet with no real substance or proof, it kind of makes sense. See, if Peter and Byla didn't perform well at the LAN, then all the cheating accusations would get way worse, and not just for Peter, but probably for Byla too. But with all of this controversy, Peter heads into the competition with more than just money on the line. This was about pride. The event would take place over the course of 2 days. The 50 competing duos would play in 12 matches, 6 on day 1 and 6 on day 2. The first day was a very slow start for Peter and his new duo Jamper. Well, slow may have been an understatement, as they got dead last. Yeah, dead last. 50th out of 50. Couldn't get any worse. But Peter had just 1 day left. 6 more games to prove to the world that not only was he not cheating, but that he was one of the GOATs of Fortnite. Well, unfortunately, it didn't quite go down like that. Peter ended up finishing 37th place out of 50 teams, winning only $1,000. With all of that being said, there was a ton of factors at play here. Peter was young, nervous, and playing with a brand new duo, so we can't say for sure if his poor LAN performance had anything to do with cheating or lack thereof. As you can imagine, this didn't help the cheating accusations. Most recently, Peter has continued his success by finishing 2nd place in the duo FNCS Grand Finals this past February with his duo partner Poyo. Here, Peter and his duo took home $45,000. With that being said, Peter will continue to receive hate. He will always have doubters, but he can just tell them to check his bank account. It's July 31st of 2019, and a young Cody Conrad sat his dad down at the kitchen table and told him that he was ready to drop out of middle school. For almost any other parent in the world, this would have been a very easy no. However, just a few days before they had this talk, the 14-year-old Cody had won $162,000 from playing Fortnite. The kid that would go on to be one of the world's richest teenagers, most successful gamers in the world, and a massive content creator started right here. Cody Conrad, also known as Clix, was born January 7th of 2005 in Connecticut, where he got into gaming at a very early age.
When I was around 5 years old, I got into video games. I didn't have a PC, but my brother, which was at the age of I think 13 or something, he had a PC that I would always sneak into his room and just play Call of Duty Zombies. First game I ever played was Minecraft, and then I realized that my dream is to become a professional gamer.
But there was only one problem. You couldn't really make money off of professional Minecraft, whatever that really means. But luckily, just a few years later, a brand new game was about to come out that would capture the hearts of kids and adults alike. And it was called Fortnite.
Fortnite is drawing millions of players.
Fortnite Battle Royale dropped in September of 2017, and it was a smash hit. And a young Clix saw this as an opportunity.
I was playing Minecraft and I knew there was no way to necessarily make money off of, and I saw Fortnite and I had confidence that Fortnite will blow up and I could possibly make a living or a career out of Fortnite.
The issue is, Clix didn't have a PC yet. Keep in mind, he is barely 13 years old, but he knew that he wanted to be a pro gamer, and so he needed a PC in his mind. So what Clix did next would change his life forever. He approached his dad with an offer that he couldn't refuse.
He goes, Dad, he goes, if you buy me a really neat computer, I could do so well, I could be a pro gamer, I could make so much money at it.
So I promised him that I'll be able to make the money back within the end of the summer, which was 3 months. And he made a contract, he made me work with him for a little bit, and also try to make money from what I told him I could do.
They even signed a contract, and Clix got the computer that he always dreamed of. And he got right to grinding. Within only a few weeks, he was already making money.
And then 2.5 weeks later, he says, Dad, guess how much money I made? Guess how much money I made? I says, I don't know, $200? He goes, no, check this out. So I looked at a PayPal account and he made $1,035 in 2.5 weeks.
And although $1,000 isn't enough to live off of, this was a very big amount of money for a kid who was barely 13. And this was all through wagers. He hadn't even begun to play in professional tournaments yet. At the same time that he got his new computer, Clix also started his YouTube account, and his first ever video was uploaded on April 21st of 2018, and it's titled Amazing Build Battle in Fortnite. And it shows off just that. A build battle in Fortnite, no talking, no music, or anything at all. Just you, your thoughts, and some pretty sick builds. But hey, every creator has to start somewhere, right? And not to worry, because the next video that Clix would upload, Fortnite solo win montage smiley face, 15 kills, has some smooth lo-fi beats on top of it, so clearly he's a fast learner. And just by watching these videos, it's clear that Clix is way more talented than your average 13-year-old Fortnite player. And when I say a lot more, I mean a lot more. And Clix wanted to show off these skills to more people than just all the wager kids that would pop into his streams. But luckily for Clix, there was a huge Fortnite tournament coming around the corner where he could do just that. The Fortnite World Cup was announced on March 25th of 2019. This event was one of the biggest tournaments in esports history. 10 weeks of qualifying rounds with a $10 million prize pool, and then on top of that, a giant LAN tournament in New York City with an additional $30 million prize pool. That's $40 million in total, which of course is a massive opportunity for anybody, let alone a 13-year-old kid. Of course, an opportunity like this would make anybody excited to have some fun, but it was bigger for the young Cody. He knew that this was his chance to prove all of his haters wrong, and also prove to his dad that he meant what he said when he said he was going to be a pro gamer. In February of 2019, Clix was still very unknown. His channel had only just hit 1,000 subscribers. And here's his montage to celebrate that.
Thinking, need a light for the ideas. I'm in the splash zone with the brain waves. I shoot for stars up in my aim is straight. I lay in the sand line in the...
Luckily enough for Clix, however, he ended up connecting with a duo named Skeptic. Skeptic was in one of the biggest gaming organizations of this time called Misfits Gaming. And when they were getting ready to try and qualify for the World Cup together, Misfits decided to offer Clix a contract so that they could represent both halves of this dynamic duo. Apparently, the contract seemed too good to be true for Clix.
We'll pay you $2,500 a month just to be on Misfits and play with Skeptic. So my 13-year-old self is way. I'm in 8th grade. This is sick. Right. So I signed that. Didn't even read it. I'm gonna be honest. Like that was like stupid, but like they never f me over.
However, aside from that, he officially joined the org on April 5th, right before the first week of the qualifiers for the World Cup. And these qualifiers were the biggest tournaments that Clix or Skeptic had ever competed in before. Before this, Clix had played a few cash cups like the Share the Love Cup and the Blackheart Cup, but those were tiny compared to the World Cup. And Clix knew this, so he put his heart and soul into the first week of qualifiers, and he placed 83rd on NA East. Although this wasn't probably the placement that he wanted, he still played incredibly well for a young kid who was playing in their first massive tournament. But instead of giving up, he got right back into the game and competed in the Week 2 qualifiers with his duo partner Skeptic. Skeptic was already very well known in the Fortnite community at this time, as he had blown up on Twitch and YouTube after killing Tfue on stream, and this highlight video now has 10 million views on YouTube. Following that video blowing up, Skeptic regularly received millions of views on his videos. He was really an overnight success. Clix and Skeptic duoing together seemed like a perfect match. Two of the youngest pro Fortnite players, both in the same org, it couldn't get any better for the two. And so, they went into the World Cup Week 2 qualifiers and managed to get a 2nd place on NA East. This meant the two of them were going straight to the World Cup in New York City, no matter what else happened in this competition. And on top of that, the young players earned $4,000 each, in addition to the $50,000 guaranteed they would each get from attending the World Cup. But Clix didn't stop there. Qualifying for duos was great, but he wanted to qualify for solos even more. And Clix did just that. In fact, throughout the 10 weeks of qualifiers, Clix would technically qualify for the World Cup 5 times. 3 times in solos, and twice in duos. By the time the qualifiers were over, Clix had already won $22,250 before even setting foot in New York City. And because of the success in the qualifiers and duoing with Skeptic, his social media started to get more attention as well. After all the World Cup qualifiers were over, Clix was regularly getting tens of thousands of views on his YouTube channel, as opposed to when he was just getting a couple hundred before. The World Cup finals were set to be held in the Arthur Ashe Stadium in New York City on July 26th, 27th, and 28th of 2019. This was Clix's chance to prove to everyone just how good of a Fortnite player he was, and those 10 weeks of qualifiers all led up to this point.
We want to introduce you guys to the players, so we will have the first group now taking the stage out there. And in that group, we have Crimson Spades, Clix and Skeptics, PF Zin and Nyx, Artgram and Falconer, and then Lenon and Tyler 15.
A lot of people are keeping their eyes on Clix and Skeptic because Clix's rise throughout the Fortnite World Cup Online Opens has been meteoric. A lot of people are wondering, how is he going to perform on the stage?
First up was duos, and Clix and Skeptic were going up against the best of the best, not only in America, but in the entire world of Fortnite. And after a stellar performance in the qualifiers, they were definitely a team that everyone else was looking out for. Unfortunately, however, the team didn't do as well as expected, and after the 6 games were over, they landed in 35th place out of 50 teams. Although this placement was a little bit disappointing, he was still going home with a whopping $50,000 just for participating, which obviously that's a massive amount of money for anybody, let alone a 13 or 14-year-old kid. Luckily enough for Clix, he also qualified for the solo tournament, which would take place the next day. This gave him an opportunity to make up for the low placement from the day before, unlike his duo Skeptic, who had only qualified for duos with Clix.
A lot of huge names. Of course, we'll start with Tifu.
You have the 2 young warriors out of Clix and Epic Whale, known for taking walls, taking names, and pressing forward, doing everything they can to stop their opponents.
Yeah, absolutely. Clix, one of the players who has fully qualified for both solos and duos.
Clix managed to place an amazing 18th in the solo finals, which earned him $112,000. To almost anybody in the world, they would have been ecstatic overcoming 18th in the Fortnite World Cup, but Clix just knew he could have done better.
Just be so sad, bro. I really just threw this. I'm so mad, bro. I should have got top 10 easy, bro.
However, when all was said and done, Clix went home with a whopping $162,000, which, like I said before, is a massive amount of money, especially for Cody, who was just 14 now. However, not everything at the World Cup had gone exactly to plan. And because of this, just a few hours after the solo World Cup games ended, Clix tweeted out that he would be looking for a new duo partner, shocking many of his fellow players. Mega, another really popular Fortnite player at this time, replied to his tweet saying, "Why'd you leave Skeptic?" And Clix simply responded, "I don't think we fit as a duo, Mr. Mega." And it didn't seem like Skeptic took the breakup well, as his tweet felt a little passive-aggressive. He tweeted out, "I split with Clix, looking for a new duo that believes in teamwork and chemistry." Someone in the replies to Skeptic's tweet said that Clix was clearly someone with a big ego. They said, "This was obvious, guys. The day they qualified, Clix started egoing Skeptic, and everyone claimed Clix carried. No one wants to be in a duo with that toxicity. Skeptic is a well-rounded player that plays well in competitive and will perform at a high level in future events." Skeptic replied with a simple TY and a heart emoji. Whether it was because of this feud or not, the whole situation was messy enough that on July 31st, Skeptic left Misfits entirely, and Clix ended up wishing him well on the replies. However, it's unclear if Skeptic left the org because of the split with Clix, or if it was just a coincidence. But one thing is for certain, I don't think these two are going to be duoing anytime soon. Following the World Cup, Clix returned home to Connecticut, but quickly realized that after the World Cup, his life was never going to be the same. There was no way he could go back to public school after becoming one of the biggest Fortnite pro players in the world.
So 8th grade summer was World Cup. That's when I made 170 grand, and my dad was like, it was super convincing. Like, I had to really convince him that like this is the right decision for me to do online school, not fully drop out.
Thankfully, Clix's parents were very supportive of his gaming career, and to be fair, he had just made hundreds of thousands of dollars, so I'm sure that helped convince them. So now that Clix is entirely freed from going to school, he can get back to doing what's really important, figuring out who he's gonna play with in the next Fortnite tournament. And luckily, Fortnite was about to switch from the boring duos to a very new fun and exciting trios game mode. So because of this, everything was shaken up and everyone was looking for a new team, not just Clix. So Clix decided to play with some more veteran players, Spades and Crims, during FNCS Season X. The team was very quickly successful with a first place win in Heat 4 and a 7th place finish in Grand Finals. In addition to the success within the game, Clix was finding a lot of success outside of Fortnite as well on his social media accounts. His streams were averaging 10 to 15,000 viewers, and sometimes during tournaments, they would reach up to 40,000 concurrent viewers. It was clear that Clix was very quickly becoming one of the biggest names in Fortnite. On June 27th, 2022, however, Clix mysteriously posted a gift of a contract signing, implying that he would be leaving Misfits to sign with another org. And of course, this sent people speculating all over the place. And at the time, most people were convinced that this new org would be FaZe. They had a history of hiring Fortnite pros who had large followings online, so it made sense. And with Clix being one of the biggest players in the world, and FaZe being the biggest org in the world at the time, it kinda seemed like a match made in heaven. However, we still didn't know if this gift meant that he would be signing with a new org. For all we know, he bought a new car or a new house or something else you had to buy with fancy papers to sign. But then, Stable Ronaldo posted a tweet showing that Clix had removed Misfits from his bio.
As you guys can see by the bio from Clix, it used to say player for Misfits, now it says player for nothing.
This pretty much confirmed that Clix would be leaving Misfits. And sure enough, on July 1st of 2020, it was announced that Clix would be joining NRG. And this announcement video was kind of insane.
You think you could call him that favor for me?
Yeah, I got you, bro.
Dope. Thank you so much, bro.
We just signed a new player and we need you to announce him.
For real? Alright. Anything you need, Benji. You know I got you. Love you, baby. NRG.
Yo, Clix. Welcome to the family.
Yes, your eyes do not deceive you. That was the Shaquille O'Neal, like the basketball guy, that one, making a Fortnite org announcement. I was just as shocked as you guys are. And in August of 2020, things just got even better for Clix, as he hit one of the biggest milestones that you can hit on YouTube. Clix hit 1 million subscribers and dropped this montage. Which reminds me, I'm trying to hit 100,000 subscribers before the end of this year. So if you guys enjoy my videos and wouldn't mind dropping a sub, it would mean the world to me. Anyways, back to the video. So August was a pretty eventful month for Clix, as on August 19th, he would also move into the NRG Fortnite house with Ronaldo, Unknown, and Edgy.
Welcome to the NRG house. I'm NRG Ronaldo. We have Clix, Edgy, Unknown. Let me show you around. Let me show you around the house.
But just because he's joined a content house doesn't mean he's ready to give up the pro gaming side of things. On that same day the house tour was uploaded, Clix got first place in a Trios Cash Cup with Calc and Macwood. In addition to the Fortnite content, in this NRG house, Clix and the boys made a ton of IRL content as well, which they uploaded to the NRG channel. Riveting videos like Ronaldo helping Clix and Unknown and their beef. This was the first time that Clix really dabbled in IRL content, because a majority of the videos on Clix's YouTube channel were all highlights and game clips. Other than the occasional live event vlog, this was the first time we really got to see Clix and his personality outside of playing the game. And surprisingly enough, his off-stream personality was almost exactly the same as his on-stream personality.
We got Clix over here.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I might fall.
Dude, you're risking your life for
just know I'm dead.
For the Instagram likes.
Fall back. And wind's going towards me.
And I think this is a big reason why people like Clix so much, because he seems actually genuine. When you watch his videos, it doesn't feel like he's putting on a character. He's just genuinely himself. And the numbers reflected this. He was pulling an average of 50,000 viewers in his time at the NRG house. And in November of that year, the entire NRG team would make a move over to the West Coast. Keep in mind, Clix is just 15 years old doing all of this. I was doing like homework or something at 15, not, you know, playing professional Fortnite and traveling across the world. I mean, it was crazy. Since Clix was so young during all of this, of course, his dad would come along for the ride.
I'm the NRG housemaster. I'm the guy that goes around and empties the garbage. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm doing some food tasting. I'm making sure these are quality chocolate chip cookies for these gamers.
I'm surprised your son is a superstar because you feel like you were made for the camera.
I don't know about you guys, but Clix's dad seems like a huge W throughout this whole story, so big shout out to Mr. Clix. Anyways, in the new house, the NRG team continues to make IRL content while crushing it at Fortnite as well. Just in the first few months of 2021, Clix got 3 first-place rankings in professional tournaments. This would include 2 Cash Cup wins and the first DreamHack Open of 2021. And he didn't get those wins all alone. He didn't have a set duo or trio. He played with some other huge pros, however, during the time, like Day, Reed, Wavy Jacob, Bizzle, and even Booga, the World Cup winner. And in addition to winning all these pro Fortnite tournaments, the content just kept coming. Clix started his second channel called More Clix on May 21st of 2021. And guess what this channel uploaded? You know, more of Clix. Honestly, there isn't much of a difference between More Clix and Clix's main channel, but hey, I'm not complaining about getting more Clix content. Throughout 2021, Clix would start to collaborate a lot with fellow streamer Somerset. Playing with a girl streamer seemed to be really good for his numbers and really good for YouTube clickbait. Clix would upload plenty of videos like these.
I was the bully in high school. The thing about me, I was like small as shit. I wanted to be big as shit.
I thought you were the shit. Yeah, okay, I know what you mean.
No, that's not what I was pointing out.
Yeah, you guys get the picture. But the content did really well, and honestly, I think the two are really entertaining together. Comment down below if you think that Clix should be with Somerset, or if she's better off with Blake. For Clix, things were going absolutely amazing in Fortnite. He was performing well in the game and in content creation. And the next step for Clix was to follow another passion outside of Fortnite, which just happened to be clothing. So on November 12th of 2021, Clix would take another massive step in his career by launching his own clothing brand, Dreamin'. And this wasn't your average YouTuber merch. This was something way more elevated, and it was like a street fashion brand. It was really awesome. And the first collection absolutely popped off. Within just 2 days of the shop opening, they had already had 2,600 orders. To be honest, I even have 4 or 5 Dreamin' shirts myself, so Clix, if you're watching this and want to send me a free shirt or 2, just let me know. Anyways, clearly 2021 was a massive year for Clix, but 2022 was going to be even bigger, I promise. And a big part of this was because Clix was about to make the biggest announcement of his entire career. On February 22nd, 2022, Clix announced that his contract with NRG was officially over. And a lot of people in chat thought that he was joking. So here's the official Twitter post for proof. This announcement was massive for the Fortnite community. Clix had already been with NRG for 2 years, but one of Clix's best friends, Ronaldo, had just left NRG, so people sort of suspected it and thought it made sense. So now Clix was a free agent. He could join any org that he wanted to. Or maybe he'll make his own org. Maybe he'll even spend a little time as a free agent and find himself as an individual. However, people didn't have to speculate for very long, because 2 days later, Clix would announce his future plans.
What about like a new energy duo?
Wait, hold up. Are you saying today's the day?
Today's the day.
Yep, Clix re-signed with NRG, basically fooling all of us. I mean, honestly, he definitely knew he was going to re-sign with NRG the whole time, but at least he got to have some fun announcing it and get everyone in some suspense. After re-signing, he moved into a brand new content house in New Jersey with Bucky and Day in July of 2022.
I mean, it was just really...
Bro, there's a leprechaun! Holy... Go! Run! Go get him! Get him!
my God, dude.
What the? Bro, it's going.
Yeah, no comment on that intro. Anyway, the team continued to make IRL content for the NRG channel, while Clix was making amazing Fortnite content on his personal socials.
Bucky's gotten a little bigger since last time I saw him, so I'm a little nervous.
Anything about me or no? I got, you know what I'm saying?
Clix is a little bigger too, just in a different way.
What the f? All right, come on, run it up. Come on. No, come on.
No,
This is
just a practice part. This is a practice.
Come on.
After the rent on the summer house ran out, Clix moved into a brand new house on his own, totally separate from NRG. And clearly he was doing pretty well for himself this time, because his house was apparently worth over $1 million. And guess what? He was still humble about it.
Alright, so this is my room. This is the master bedroom. I don't want to sound spoiled, but obviously I'm in a fortunate situation to be able to afford this. Thank you guys so much. Seriously, without you guys, I wouldn't be able to afford this. So comment and like below.
And honestly, I think that's another reason why people like Clix so much. No matter how much money he gets, his personality has never changed. He's still the same goofy kid from Connecticut who signed a contract with his dad to get his first gaming PC. But as Clix got older, his content did as well, and some of the videos he was putting out weren't exactly family friendly and advertiser friendly. And this would get him into a little bit of hot water with his org, NRG. And on top of that, Fortnite as an esport was dying out. I mean, Fortnite as a casual game was big then, was big now, and will probably be big forever, but the esports scene had sort of died out a little bit. Because of this, a lot of orgs were dropping their Fortnite teams altogether, and NRG included. Clix would actually leave NRG this time on January 26th of 2023.
Wish crack. I didn't think we were gonna ever film this, but if you guys didn't see the tweet, which will be right here, I officially no longer with NRG, and this was something I never thought would happen.
Clix ended up going into more details about why NRG dropped him on stream.
No longer in NRG. The issue with Fortnite orgs is honestly like no orgs make money. I'm gonna be honest, no Fortnite orgs make money right now because Fortnite isn't really org friendly. So it's like it got to the point where it's like NRG's paying me like my salary was a ton, and it's like they can't afford it, you know what I'm saying? Like, if Fortnite's gonna any sponsors, they can't afford to keep me. NRG's decision was 100% right, you know what I'm saying? Like, they can't, bro. They were just paying me a salary out of their pocket. They were just losing. Now, my salary was the highest in the Fortnite by far. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, they were just losing money. What they did was smart 100% because they're not making any money off of me, off of the sponsors. But let's just say I was family friendly, you know? Like, family friendly, Nick A30. Bro, I'd be flowing in 200, 300, 400 grand a month, bro. But it is what it is.
Now that Clix had finally left, unlike the last time, he didn't just say psych and resign. For the first time ever since before the World Cup, Clix was a free agent. But just because Clix didn't have an org didn't mean he was going to stop making content. In fact, leaving NRG barely seemed to affect him at all. Shortly after Fortnite announced the new Central servers, Clix moved down to Texas, more specifically Dallas, and got a $5 million apartment. And just a reminder, Clix is still a teenager. He had just turned 18 at the time that he got his place in Dallas.
The new Dallas place. Alright, so if you guys didn't know the news, Fortnite merged their West and East servers to make Central servers. So now the servers are now in Dallas. And I know you guys are saying, wow, you really moved because of Fortnite. And I'm gonna be honest, I did.
Things were going about as good as they could for a young Cody. However, in April of 2023, things would take a turn for the worse. Tragedy struck and Clix's account was banned, allegedly for teaming.
Chat, I'm banned for 2 weeks. If you guys didn't know, this means that I can't play this FNCS, the Grands Finals, and I also can't play the next FNCS in a month. So that means I can't go to the LAN event. That means I can't go to the LAN event, and I basically can't play for the next 4 months for FNCS.
This ban was a devastating blow to Clix's career, especially since he had just moved to Texas to play Fortnite, and nobody wants to move to Texas for no reason.
What did you say?
Texas is dumb.
Clix goes on to show the exact match he got banned for, and honestly, I think the ban is kinda messed up. I know this is like a whole year later and it doesn't really matter anymore, but hashtag free Clix. Anyways, this whole thing was because of a stream sniper that was messing with Clix. Toward the end of the game, the stream sniper drops a pizza for Clix, and without thinking, he picks it up. Then the stream sniper continues to approach Clix, resulting in his elimination from the game. This shows how much of a problem stream snipers are for the pros like Clix. Not only are they a nuisance, but they can completely ruin people's careers. Unfortunately, because of this, Clix wasn't able to get his ban lifted, and after 2 weeks, Clix made a triumphant return. Although Clix was super excited to be unbanned, he still wasn't allowed to compete in the May FNCS of that year. Because of Clix's situation, Epic ended up changing the rules later on, so now players with a 14-day ban are only prohibited from 1 tournament instead of 2, but unfortunately that rule didn't exist until after Clix had to miss 2 FNCSs. At somewhat of a low point now, having just moved to a new place and not even being able to play the game he loves, Clix was finally allowed to return to the competitive world of Fortnite. And luckily enough for him, he got back just in time to play in the FNCS Last Chance Majors on August 20th of 2023. Him and his new duo Epic Whale placed 4th in North America, guaranteeing them a spot of the Copenhagen LAN. Unfortunately for Clix and Epic Whale, however, they didn't have the best performance at Copenhagen, but it was still awesome to even qualify. While Clix was banned from Fortnite, he got to explore even more IRL content creation than he had before, and it turns out he was really good at it. Some of his IRL videos, like surprising a fan with their dream gaming setup, got 3 times the views of his normal Fortnite content.
Yo, shut the Bro, why are you moaning?
So even after Clix got unbanned from Fortnite and went on to play in Copenhagen and more, he continued to make these sorts of videos, and eventually things went back to normal. But, of course, this is Fortnite YouTube. People are always grinding and coming up with new ways to expand their brand, so nothing stays the same for too long. On October 10th, 2023, Clix was about to make the biggest announcement of his entire career.
On a daily basis, I probably consume enough green juice to power all of Dallas, Texas for at least a month. I run around 5 to 10 miles a day for exercise, green juice to stay focused, jerk off to de-stress, and Fortnite for fun.
After a very fun first half of the video, Clix finally made his announcement.
We've acquired a majority share in Exit!
This was a massive move from Clix, and honestly, one that we've never seen before. Some pros like Lachlan will end up making their own orgs after they retire, but straight up buying an already existing org and putting yourself on the roster is pretty unheard of, and quite the power move by Clix. It's only been a couple of months since Clix joined Xset, so not a ton has happened with the org yet, but I'm super interested to see where this partnership goes, and I'm sure that they have a ton of fun stuff planned for all of us. The craziest thing about Clix is that he's accomplished everything that we've talked about today before he even turned 20 years old. And as of making this video, he just turned 19 in January. So no matter what happens next, it's clear that Clix is incredibly successful, and this is nowhere near the end of his ever-going story. In fact, it's just the beginning. This is Bucky, one of the most controversial players that Fortnite has ever seen. He is talented, crazy, and sometimes just plain toxic.
I'm not a career warrior, bro.
Yes, you are, bro. You're horrendous, bro. You're horrendous, bro. You're horrendous. What's your best grade placement? Exactly. Stay quiet.
Oh, and by the way, I actually got to interview Bucky himself for this video.
Yo, what's up, Timmy?
And he's going to be answering questions that he's never been asked before.
I've never told this to anyone.
So stick around to see what Fortnite's most controversial player has to say for himself. Without further ado, this is the entire story of Bucky. Logan Eschenberg, also known as Bucky FPS, made his first earnings in Fortnite on March 31st of 2019 in the Lux Cup. At barely 15 years old, him and his duo placed 5th in NA East, which earned them $1,000 each. Although this isn't huge compared to what he would later go on to earn, this was really motivating for a young teenager like Bucky. And things were about to get a whole lot better. Because in June of 2019, Epic Games was set to host the Fortnite World Cup. This was a $30 million prize pool tournament, and all players would be flown out to New York City to play in person. Epic Games held 10 weeks of open qualifier matches, allowing players from all over the world to compete for their spot. And then in week 5, Bucky placed 7th in the NA East solo finals, which secured him a spot in the massive New York City tournament. And perhaps even more exciting for Bucky, he had recorded the entire thing. You see, as much as Bucky wanted to be a professional gamer, perhaps even more so, he wanted to be a content creator and entertain people. So he posted a video called "How My Dad Qualified Me for the World Cup."
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! I won 10 kills! Let's go!
Here, Bucky not only showcases his incredible skills to qualify for the World Cup, but also his down-to-earth and really kind personality.
You just chill, play safe, because top 15. Like, it'll give you a shot to making top 6 with just the placement points and the kills you got.
As you could see from that awesome video, his dad was calling out enemies, helping him strategize, and even breaking down the tournament points. Considering most parents have no idea what Fortnite even is at this point, this was a super cool clip. So I had to ask Bucky how this came to be.
Obviously, like, one of the ways you first blew up was that video you posted with your dad coaching you to the World Cup qualifier.
Yeah.
I was just interested, like, was your dad a gamer? Like, did he know, like, what was going on? Or did he, like, learn about Fortnite just to, like, coach you? Or did he normally coach you? Like, what was that all about?
Yeah, so we didn't have that much, like, similar interests because, you know, he's older, not into video games, stuff like that. He really took, like, passion in Fortnite and started, like, hardcore learning about it. He would sit behind me during tournaments and stuff when I lived with them, and he got super into it, actually learned all the guns and everything like that. My duo didn't qualify for the round 2, and I always liked having someone in the call just to keep myself, like, calm and everything. So I texted my dad and I was like, if you know how to work Discord, hop on Discord, keep me calm while I'm playing, and the rest is history from there.
Perhaps just as sweet was at the end of the video where you can hear Bucky's mom come into the room, and let's just say things got emotional.
Hey, that's awesome. So sad. Come here, baby.
Happy Mother's Day. You're the best mom. I can't believe I did it. Oh my God. Oh my God.
And speaking of heartwarming moments with moms, I actually have a message from my mom. Hey guys, this is Timmy FNBR's mom. Please subscribe. Thanks for the shout out, Mom, but we gotta get back to the video. Bucky uploaded this video on May 15th of 2019, and it went viral. At the time, parents generally viewed video games as a waste of time and money, so seeing someone's parents support a kid's love for the game was almost unheard of, and it was heartwarming to say the least. This video showcased a very different kid than the outgoing and sometimes cocky Bucky that we see today. And if you want to see what happened that caused this big shift in personality from Bucky, you'll need to keep watching to the end of this video. Unfortunately for Bucky, he didn't do so well in the World Cup, and he placed 64th out of 100. However, this still earned him $50,000, which is not only a huge amount of money for anybody, let alone a 16-year-old. I asked Bucky what winning this kind of money at a young age felt like, and this is what he had to say.
It was so life-changing because I was like broke, you know what I mean? Like, I really went all in with it. I took out my whole entire college fund. I invested in like a PC and everything like that. Shout out to my mom.
Also, before we keep going, I do have to say thank you to Bucky for being so open and honest in this interview, because let's just say later on, it's going to get a lot more interesting.
Dude, I've never told this to anyone. We're not the most likable people. The biggest regret of my entire, like, that was by far, like, getting kicked off that flight.
Take me back to when you and Creo got banned in 2020. What actually happened?
But for now, let's get back to the video. Following the World Cup, Bucky kept practicing to get better and better at Fortnite. He participated in every FNCS, Cash Cup, and other event possible. And in just 2019, Bucky made over $100,000 in total earnings. Unfortunately, however, this success would come to a screeching halt. That's because in March of 2020, Bucky was banned from Fortnite along with his duo partner Creo and another duo Slacks and Keys. The 4 players were accused of keeming by Twitter user Droxide. The video shows both duo teams working together during multiple games across different FNCS weeks. After Epic Games saw this evidence, all 4 players were banned for 60 days, which prohibited Bucky from playing in the rest of the FNCS Chapter 2 Season 2 duos. The reactions to Bucky's response were mixed. A lot of people, including Clix, thought that Epic Games suspended him too fast and didn't give the 4 players enough time to defend themselves. But many other pro players and Twitter users were quick to say that cheating is cheating even if he didn't do it on purpose. So I asked Bucky about the ban so we could hear in his own words what actually happened. After the 4 years that have gone by, would you have done the same things, or how would you have acted differently?
I think I was ahead of the meta. I think me and Creo were very ahead of the meta. We were creating the meta. We were in, you know, somewhere where you have infinite shield, and it's basically the biggest meta right now. And I think if you take someone like Booga or someone who did that back then, they'd be looked at as like, oh my god, this is so meta changing. But just because it was like 4 people who were like not even big names, Creo was pretty big at the time, but just like 4 people who were already under controversy with like Creo, with the whole scamming thing with the Raven skin and everything. It's just like, if Booga did the same thing, the announcers would be like, oh my gosh, this is game changing, meta changing. I cannot believe Booga thought of this. And then we just got banned. So honestly, I for sure 100% would do it again.
Whether or not you think Bucky and his duo were actually cheating is up to you. Comment down below what you guys think. Luckily, this ban was only for 60 days, and once that was lifted, he got right back onto the competitive Fortnite grind. Regardless of the negative attention that this ban brought for Bucky, he was still incredibly popular among other players and Fortnite fans. So Bucky decided to keep grinding streaming and YouTube as well, and was uploading and streaming more than he ever had before. Things were going so well, in fact, that at just 16 years old, Bucky decided to move away from home and go to a house in Virginia with some fellow Fortnite pros in order to have zero ping while playing. Not long after moving to this Virginia house, however, Bucky would start playing trios with a player that would change the trajectory of his career, and his name was Clix. On August 31st of 2021, it was made official. Bucky would be joining the NRG Fortnite team alongside other pros like his friend Clix and Ronaldo. And Bucky's stream announcing this was his most viewed stream ever to this point. He had a peak viewership of 23,000 viewers, which was massive. I mean, Bucky was living out his dream, getting to be a pro player and entertain his fans as a content creator. And from here, there was nowhere to go but up. Bucky just signed with one of the biggest esports teams in Fortnite. People were flocking to his Twitch to see what would the new member of NRG do next. Many people loved Bucky for his blunt sense of humor. He was loud and obnoxious, always screaming, and always had something to say.
I'm not a career warrior, bro.
Yes, you are, bro. You're horrendous, bro. You're horrendous, bro. You're horrendous. What's your best grass placement?
Oh my god, Cyro's dead! Where's my siphon? Oh my god!
Bro, get over here! Can't run from me!
Daddy.
She wants you.
Come on, 200!
Daddy.
Somerset wants me!
Act 1, just subscribe.
Somerset has to want me after that! What I just did to Blake!
But instead of taking advantage of all the hype that he gained from signing with NRG, Bucky stopped streaming consistently. From September 1st, 2021 to June 1st of 2022, Bucky would only stream 36 times, and this is what Bucky had to say about that.
Is when I started getting off my grind a little bit, so it had its pros and cons.
To be honest, it makes sense. I mean, you have to realize Bucky was a teenager at this time, living with some of his best friends and experiencing all these new things in life. I guess he just got a little bit tired of the grind, and that let things slip away from him. Because of all of this and some other factors, in September of 2022, Bucky leaves the NRG house for good. He made an announcement on Twitter saying, "Leaving the NRG house today, don't know what the future holds." And then on November 28th of that same year, it's announced that Bucky will be leaving NRG as well forever. The announcement was made by way of NRG's alt Twitter account, not even their main account. Since Bucky never stated the exact reason for why he was dropped, people began to speculate. Some pointed out that NRG's Fortnite team was slowly dying, and others blamed it on Bucky's controversial nature. However, Bucky did go live and talk a little bit about what happened with him being dropped.
Fortunately, this morning I get a call from my manager, and I got released from my contract. I'm a free agent now. I'm broke. I'm gonna have to move out. I mean, I love living with Cody and all them, bro, but I just currently don't have the funds They didn't believe in me anymore, chat. Sucks, you know what I mean? It hurts to say, it hurts to accept that, but it's the reality, man. I don't know where I'm gonna go. I can promise you guys it's not gonna be phased. I'm gonna make sure we find a good home, chat.
With all the mystery surrounding these events, I had to ask, could you give us some more insight on what went down with NRG? And if NRG was listening to this video, what would you want to say to them?
Oh, so first of all, I love everyone at NRG. Grady, Rye, all of them, they were like the most amazing people. I've never been treated so well in org while in the org. But everything really started to spiral bad. I don't know how much I can get to it on stream, but it was after the Andrew Tate stream that we did. That's when everything got really bad with NRG, and we weren't able to work with like a lot of sponsors and stuff. And then that's when, you know, they couldn't pay for the house anymore. So then we moved out of the house and everything. And I was getting into like more and more controversy on my own. And they ended up dropping like the whole entire roster, and I was unfortunately the first to go.
You see, Bucky isn't like a lot of other creators. He really does not care what others think about him. And although going on a stream with one of the most controversial figures in the world is a very dangerous thing to do as a content creator, Bucky was never going to back down from an opportunity to make the craziest content in the world. Regardless of the official reasoning why he left NRG, however, Bucky was now a free agent. And after he left NRG, his content started to get even more wild.
Way to go, SypherPK! Way to go, SypherPK!
Oh, no, I feel like she's playing hard to get, bro.
I got a message for you too, Deuce!
But this left me with the question, is this the real Bucky? Or is this just some kind of made-up online persona?
I would say, I don't want to start like dogging on like other streamers and stuff like that, but I would just say there is a lot of streamers that blow up off of like completely faking content and doing the most fake stuff on stream. I am like 100% authentic and real about what I put on stream. Like all the relationships and any drama or anything like that, I'm like so like real about what I put on stream. The only thing that I do on stream is I exaggerate my personality so much. Like I'll down 20 months for getting on stream, so I have high energy. I don't think any streams are entertaining when you're sitting there and like, you know, you're barely talking, stuff like that. You have no energy. So I definitely take a lot of caffeine, a little bit of sugar too, to like really get the energy levels up. But other than that, I've never done any fake stuff on stream. Like I do the most real shit on the planet.
While all of his content stuff was going on, Bucky was also still competing at a very high level in competitive Fortnite. However, many of his haters would say that he wasn't good anymore. Bucky would admit himself that he stopped grinding, but that doesn't mean he couldn't qualify for the world's biggest tournaments. And at the start of the following year, Bucky would have an opportunity to show he was still one of the best in the game. On January 11th of 2023, Epic Games announced a huge new in-person FNCS tournament, the FNCS Global Championship, which would take place in Copenhagen, Denmark. Bucky and his duo partner Okis decided that they were going to Copenhagen no matter what it takes. With the structure of this tournament, players had 4 different opportunities to qualify for the Global Championship: Major 1, Major 2, Major 3, and the Last Chance Major. And for the first 2 majors, Bucky did not come close at all to qualifying. But in Major 3, Bucky and Okis clutched up, qualifying a spot to continue on to Copenhagen. This was a huge win for Bucky and showed the Fortnite world that he was still a force to be reckoned with. Unfortunately, however, this high didn't last very long, because once Bucky arrived in Copenhagen, the company that was running the tournament, Blast, immediately disqualified him. To say this was shocking for Bucky and his fans would be an understatement. They didn't even tell Bucky why he was disqualified, but they made him immediately leave the country. At first, Bucky claimed that he thinks he was disqualified because he adjusted the vibrancy setting on his PC at the event. Other people thought that it could be because he said some weird things about a Blast employee on his stream.
Like, there's this like blonde, bro, or no, she's a brunette, bro. She's just like this little brunette, like Epic employee, bro. And me and her, bro, we been. I'm telling you, bro, I got everything under control, bro. I'm making connection stuff, bro.
And some people thought that he was acting inappropriately, like drinking and smoking in places where it wasn't allowed. However, he eventually learned that the official reason he got banned was because he broke Section 8 of the Conduct Code, No Toxic Behavior. This was very vague, and Blast never clarified what exactly his toxic behavior actually was. Fortunately for us, however, I can just ask him.
You know I have to ask this. We are obviously going to talk a little bit about what happened in Copenhagen.
I wasn't told the official statement until about a month ago when I got in a really good epic contact.
Would you be down to like share that with the YouTube world?
Holy smokes. Yeah, I was disqualified for, you know, making inappropriate comments about Epic employees and women on stream.
Unfortunately, Bucky's teammate Okus was left to compete in the Duos Global Championship as a solo.
A year worth of work, bro, gone. A year worth of work gone.
It's a different
I gotta cry.
That's right. Make some more noise.
Obviously, you and Okus are cool now. That's pretty obvious. But like, did that like put a, you know, riff in your relationship? Was that like a difficult conversation for you to have with Okus?
Yeah, I mean, I think after Copenhagen, I don't think anything will ever be like the same, I guess. I think there's always like a little bit. I don't think he has like resentment towards me. He's just kind of like, it's just always like something that I'll always just feel so bad like that I did to him. And just not been the same since Copenhagen. I would say we are like super good friends, but like, I mean, we were way closer, you know, before Copenhagen.
For sure. Is that something that like, you know, eats at you a little bit?
I know it's the biggest regret of my entire, like that was by far like getting kicked off that flight, and my like they literally sent me out of the country in like 2 hours, and like I sat on a plane ride by myself. My phone was dead too. They just sent me to Chicago, not even straight back to Dallas. And I sat on a 9-hour plane ride staring at a wall for 9 hours, just thinking about everything. Like it was the thoughts that go through your head. It's just like I felt like I was in like prison. Like imagine being in prison and just staring at a wall, like, and just knowing you're just sitting in there and you're just like, that's just how it felt. It was the worst feeling on the entire planet. And then after that, like nothing ever felt the same, because right after that, me and my girlfriend broke up and stuff, and then I had to go back to Michigan for like, you know, family issues, and it was the worst 2 months of my entire life. And the past 5 months have not been getting much better. So I'm really hoping for just a big breakthrough. Maybe a leprechaun comes and knocks on my door and, you know, gives me some great luck, because I need something.
Most recently for Bucky, on February 12th of 2024, he joined a new organization called Agent Gaming. He joined Agent at the same time as fellow pro player Peterbot, and they just moved into a massive mansion on Zero Ping in Dallas. What's next for Bucky?
What I want to focus on right now is, you know, Agent. I just moved into the Agent house, and everything's kind of like getting started up right now with the org, and we're really like trying to take things to the next level. So I'm kind of focused on not only just like my content, but like everyone in the house kind of like growing up to like together. We want to start doing YouTube vlogs, all that different stuff, and like really we want to transform content and make it bigger than what Fortnite even was. So we want to do so much like YouTube and stuff. And my biggest focus on Agent, and then I also want to obviously take my content next level. I want to make sure I can get back into the, you know, fully streaming like 8 hours a day, get close to my community again over the summertime when everyone gets out of school, and then really lock in on Fortnite. And I want to make sure that I just like build my community to where it's a point where like I really can do it for 10 years. That's like my biggest goal.
There you have it, folks. Bucky FPS. In my opinion, one of, if not the most entertaining creators in Fortnite and beyond. And what's his secret? Well, from this video, we can tell it's just being himself. You can say what you want about Bucky and the ways that he's acted, but one thing you can't accuse him of is being fake. What I'm taking away from doing this interview, and what I hope you guys take away as well, is that no matter what circumstances happen around you, you can only control yourself and your own actions, and be unapologetically you. Thank you guys so much for watching this longer video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you made it all the way to the end, leave a comment down below to let me know. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and click this video right here. I'll see you guys in the next one. I love you all. Peace.